Hello again, my name's Gabe Zolna. Well, hate to say this, I told you so. Just watched an interesting little video clip. I'm going to attach the link. Please take the time to listen to it. And it's on InfoWars. Now, some of you might not like what happens on InfoWars, but you need to listen to what David Knight has to say. And he walks us through what I've been saying all along. He even refers to Senator Marco Rubio, no different than what I've referred to Senator Marco Rubio as an anchor baby. He actually calls him an anchor baby. And the reason that is neither one of his parents were American citizens, so they can't bestow American citizenship on Marco. Doesn't matter where he's born. He's an American citizen, but he's not a natural-born citizen. And then he also talks about Bobby Jindal. And you know who else comes front and center? Senator Ted Cruz. Yeah. It doesn't matter where his parents were born. It's where he was born. And you're going to hear David Knight say exactly that. Ted Cruz does not qualify. Now, it's also interesting from what David Knight said, 25% of Republicans agree. So what does that mean when it comes time to vote? What it means is both of these candidates are going to drag down the Republican Party, because a certain percentage won't vote for them because they know they're not eligible to be in the Oval Office. This whole issue swirls around Barack Hussein Obama. He was never eligible to be president. And that's why they're going to try to shoehorn this thing in for as long as they can. But the American people have a right to have someone that's eligible in the Oval Office. David Knight also makes some interesting points, and I've said the same thing. Common sense dictates that the Founding Fathers wouldn't want anything other than a natural-born citizen as president. They've made it very clear that they don't want to have anyone in that office have allegiance to another country, like Barack Hussein Obama has to Kenya. We've made a terrible mistake. We can't undo the mistake that we've made, apparently. No one wants to take him. Well, first of all, I don't think that impeachment would work because he's not a president. He's a usurper. What would work is that he's arrested, removed from power. That's what would work. There's a whole lot of reasons that should happen as well. His chief of staff, McDougal's come out and said that a lot of effort is going to be spent with Obama executing executive orders. And he's got that scag, Attorney General, Loretta Lynch. They're looking at ways to ensure that everything that he puts into law remains in law and can't be undone by another president. Folks, this country is in a world of hurt. We don't need someone that's not eligible. Alan Grayson, who's a congressman out of Florida, is also mentioned in this video. And he's made it perfectly clear that if Cruz gets nominated, he's suing. Why do we want to waste time and money and energy on candidates that don't qualify? You know, I've asked this question about Jeb Bush. Why is he in the race? I've asked this question about the Ohio governor, Kasich. Why is he in the race? All they are is a distraction and a diversion. And all they can do is hurt the Republican Party. And that's why we need a new chairman for the Republican National Committee. Reince Priebus is a joke. You don't let horses go in a race that don't qualify. And that's what he's allowed to do. Jeb Bush needs to be pushed aside. Kasich needs to be pushed aside. Rubio needs to be pushed aside. And Cruz needs to be pushed aside. And they need to coalesce around the last man standing. And that's the Donald. You know what I think? You know why I think what I think? Do I feel vindicated that I've been saying this all along? No. I feel frustrated. I feel angry because we shouldn't be dealing this insanity. They're not eligible. They need to go. Listen to what David Knight says. And I'm real tired of getting nasty messages from people saying, well, you don't like Ted, you don't like Marco. You're right, I don't. Because they don't qualify for the Oval Office. There's certain things that people have got to take for granted that the Founding Fathers knew. David Knight also makes mention of the Second Amendment. And he talks about the militia. Well, was the Second Amendment just designed for the militia? If that's true, then it doesn't apply to citizens. It was meant for citizens. But people try to twist it to suit their own agenda. Wake up, America. Listen to what David Knight has to say. Ted Cruz is not eligible. Why were they so important for them to tell us that McCain was born in a military hospital in the Panama Canal Zone? Why was it such a big issue about Obama having to prove he was born in Hawaii if it doesn't matter? Wake the hell up. You know what I think? You know why I think what I think? After you listen to David Knight, you can't think anything different than both he and I think. Can you?